All right, friends, we are about to show you how to make Mexican rice. It's also one of the first things that I learned how to make. We're gonna show you how to brown the rice. So long grain white rice, we like to use olive oil to brown it. And so you don't just brown it by itself, you use olive oil. And then in addition to that, what are the other essential items, Mom?
Tomato sauce and then the Nor Suiza.
And Nor Suiza is it's kind of like chicken bouillon, and we like to use the powder kind. It's a seasoning and it tastes amazing with the rice. And so we're gonna step over to the stove and show you guys how to do it. Come on, Mama. All right, so we're gonna fire it up, and the first thing we're gonna do is we've already put 3 cups of rice in here. Mama, how many cups of broth for every cup of rice?
2.
2 cups of broth, chicken broth, for every cup of rice, but we just turned the fire on, so now we want to add our oil, and I'm just going to add about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons just to get it going, and Eva is going to stir, so go ahead, Mama.
Okay. And this will probably take like maybe 5 minutes in medium-low heat.
And you want to babysit this until it's brown. You cannot leave the area. So Mama, who taught you how to cook?
Well, my mom taught me, but I didn't learn until I was already married. I would come to her house and ask her how to make rice.
So then you were forced into it.
Yes. Yes. It was that or not eat any rice.
And you got to eat Mamalita's good cooking because she had been cooking since she was a little girl in Mexico.
Right, yes, her mom taught her. And now you're going to be teaching your girls, right?
Yep. I can't ever forget that phone call we had because that was like my first introduction to you.
Yeah.
And now here we are cooking 14 years in a row, really, because we get to do it every year.
Right.
I can see it's almost getting there. It's starting to brown a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we're constantly stirring here. And so how can you describe that toasty smell?
Oh my goodness. Oops, sorry.
That's okay, it happens.
It almost tastes like when popcorn is starting to get a little on the hot side before it starts to pop.
You know what? I smell that.
You smell that?
A little bit, yeah.
Yes.
Can you smell that?
Yes.
Okay, so what do we do next, Mama?
Then you pour in the tomato sauce.
Do you pour it in on high heat?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so can I hand it to you?
Yeah.
Because I want you to show everybody how you figure out where to put everything. How can you tell?
Oh,
Everybody's wondering.
I put it right in the center of the pot.
Medium low? Okay, so let's switch it over a little bit.
And I like to simmer it for like maybe, I would say 5 minutes. Just let it sit there.
Really?
Just
Wow.
soaking in the flavor of the tomato sauce.
I can smell that. It's a very smoky smell. And you can see that the sauce is just bubbling around it on the outer edge.
Yes.
And now starting to bubble in the middle. And you just leave it?
Yep, I just leave it and let it simmer for like 5 minutes.
Okay, so we turned it down to low and we're gonna let it simmer. Mom, that was like a really long 5 minutes.
Be patient. You can't rush the cooking.
You can't rush.
No.
This is really hard for me. This is actually a new thing because I didn't learn it this way. I just rushed through and made the rice. Thankfully, it still turned out for me all these years, but this is new. To wait 5 whole minutes and just let this tomato sauce simmer in the rice, and don't rush the process, right?
That's right. Don't rush it, and you'll notice a difference.
And this is from a woman who's cooked for over 80 years, our grandmother, our abuelita. So,
Right.
All right, so what's the next step? Because now it's been 5 whole minutes.
Now we're gonna add the water.
Or the broth.
The broth?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So here is a measuring cup, and we put the broth right ahead of her. This is the chicken that we boiled for the tinga, and that's 1 cup. So we have 3 cups of rice, so we're gonna do 2 cups for every cup of rice, 2 cups of broth. That's 2. Well, maybe I did like 2.5 cups.
Okay, so it'll be 5, right? 3,
That's 4.
4.
Isn't she amazing?
Did I cover
Right?
up my name?
Yeah, you did. So then we stir. Now we're okay to stir, yeah?
Now it's okay.
Now it's okay. We've waited 5 long whole minutes.
And we can bring up the heat so it can start to boil.
So we're bringing it up to medium just to get it to boil, and she's now stirring it so it mixes in well. the rice simmered in that tomato sauce. And when do we season it with that Nor Suiza?
Well, being that the broth has that chicken flavor, what I want you to do, Mandy, is I want you to taste it and tell me if it needs Nor Suiza or just salt.
That is already super flavorful, but I will say we just need like a little bit of salt. I think it just needs salt at this point.
And then what we're gonna do is let it come to a rapid boil and then bring it down.
Okay, rapid boil. Okay, stir. Do we stir it after we put the salt in?
Yes.
Okay. And right now it's on medium heat, Mama, so should we put it up high?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna turn up the heat. Turning up the heat. That's what I do. And we're gonna let it come to a rapid boil. Then we are going to lid this pot and let it simmer for about 15 minutes?
Yes.
Okay, on low after it comes to a rapid boil.
Yes.
That is the key. You guys, method is actually super important. These dishes are really simple, but if you rush the process and you skip the method involved, you're gonna screw it up. I've done it one time during Christmas in California. I made a huge pot of rice and I completely screwed it up. Do you remember, Mom?
Yes.
The Christmas I made the nasty pot of rice? I don't think anybody ate it. I was really ashamed.
Was it hard or was it mushy? I don't remember.
It was like both. There were some grain of rice that were just like you couldn't even chew on it, and then some were like super soggy and mushy.
Didn't stir long enough.
I didn't cook with the master then. That's my fault.
There's trial and error.
Yes. All right, there's that rapid boil. We're gonna lid it and turn it down to low, and we're gonna let it just sit for about 15 minutes. Look at that beautiful goodness. As you can see, the consistency is perfect. This rice is freshly steamed. It has a nice, soft consistency to it. It's not overly mushy. It's definitely not hard. It's not nightmare rice like I made the other Christmas. And you don't have to put Nor Suiza seasoning in it if you have a good, wholesome, stocky chicken broth like we did. So we used the chicken broth that we used to make the tinga, and that broth transferred into here. So we only added salt to taste, and it tastes so good.
It does. Okay.
Mom, you were right about one thing. I could tell the difference between how it tastes when I didn't wait to let the tomato sauce simmer versus allowing that tomato sauce to simmer for that 5 whole minutes.
Okay. Good.
It's very hard, but we
Mamas know best. Right?
Mamas do know best. I will agree. All right, now time to eat. We are going to plate and eat tostada, sour cream, or Mexican crema. You want to put that on the tostada like this. And I love all the colors. Then we're going to put it on a plate, add your tinga, scoop of rice on the side, or for you. And then, Mom, what do we do next? What do we top it with?
The beautiful green lettuce.
Yes.
It could be romaine, it could be green leaf lettuce. And just top it.
Look at that beautiful goodness. Voila. Okay, Mama. A
First
toast
bite.
to you. Welcome to Louisville.
Thank you.
To you and Paco. Bite.
Thank you. Spicy, good.
Let me get a spoon for the rice. The rice is perfect.
Yeah. Everything's delicious. My goodness. You guys gotta try it.
Adios.
Bye. Enjoy.